That's that old bull business model that you're gonna charge the fans for some bull fights and that you the face of boxing because you just keep shoving it down their throat, man. The Mayweather era, that's over with, man.
They making all this money.
Now that's the thing. They talk all that money talk. Can't be one looking good and the rest of the crew if you getting thoroughbred money.
Like but I don't even think he don't need any money. He
spends so much money.
Yeah, but he don't need any.
Floyd, are you sure?
Yeah, Floyd good.
I bet if he's playing for the future.
Bill Haney has publicly called out Floyd Mayweather in a fiery exchange, accusing the boxing icon of being fixated on money. Haney alleged that Mayweather's $42 million investment is a scam and claimed that he's actually broke behind the scenes. "All you ever talk about is money," Haney said, slamming Mayweather's priorities. The confrontation underscores growing tensions, with Haney charging that Mayweather has lost touch with reality and is using his image of wealth to cover up serious financial issues.
For that though, that's because you're right. You always talking about the money and shit. That's what I'm saying.
That's all, Bill. We not even out here talking about no money, Bill. Bill, we not even out here talking about no money. This ain't even about no money.
You brought the money up.
Bill Haney has raised concerns about financial inequality within Floyd Mayweather's promotional team. He questioned how funds are being distributed, pointing out that if Mayweather Promotions is truly as profitable as it claims, key figures like Calvin Ford shouldn't be facing financial hardship. Haney even stated that he's advised the team to pay their members fairly to avoid growing frustration and dissatisfaction.
I think it's personal between you and Calvin. Also, it's Tank's coach. Is it?
Man, I told Coach,
for those that don't know, Coach Calvin is Tank's coach, so I'm just
And I said, listen, ain't no way your fighter gonna be checking the money that y'all talking about checking and Calvin gonna be looking like that. I told Tank them to pay him. I told him to pay him because, or we need to go on coach's strike around this month. Because ain't no way Bill should be getting paid and Calvin shouldn't. And Calvin need to thank Bill for mentioning this.
So you saying Calvin ain't getting paid?
Yo, he said ain't no reason Calvin should be looking the way he's looking if they making all this money.
Now that's the thing. They talk all that money talk. Can't be one looking good and the rest of the crew if you getting thoroughbred money. You know what I'm talking about?
Again.
Yeah.
Haney also criticized Mayweather's move from competitive boxing to exhibition bouts, suggesting the change is motivated more by money than a true love for the sport. He implied that Mayweather is now chasing paychecks rather than upholding the integrity of boxing. Tensions escalated further when Mayweather allegedly expressed frustration over not landing a deal like the one Devin Haney secured. In response, Mayweather reportedly vowed to block Devin from getting high-profile fights against boxers such as Rolando Rolly Romero or Gervonta Davis.
For some of y'all that ain't from the streets and don't understand like the politics of it, you know, that Bill Haney Floyd conversation was well overdue. They have been in the background, sneak dissing each other for a minute. You know, pretty much Floyd is upset that Dev didn't take the deal that he put on the table for him. And he say, okay, you don't want to mess with me, you don't want to take the deal, I'm going to make it tough for you. I'm going to go whisper and rain here. I'm going to make sure Rolly don't fight you. I'm going to make sure Tank don't fight you. You know what I'm saying? And Bill don't like that. Bill feel like it's some little backdoor stuff he been doing. And Bill didn't back down. It was kind of crazy how Bill went at Floyd. He said, I'm putting on, like, where your people from the streets that you put on? You know what I'm saying? Where your community at? Your real people. You know what I'm saying? So
Haney accuses Mayweather of shifting from a celebrated champion to Money Mayweather, prioritizing massive paydays over giving fans quality fights. He contrasts this with his own philosophy, stressing the value of putting on exciting, meaningful bouts for the fans instead of chasing financial gain above all else.
You're saying Tank doesn't want any of it. Why is that? I know you can't give him...
Man, get off of Twitter, man, and knock it off, man. If you're the face of boxing, then send over something, man. You know what I'm saying? Something respectful like you're really trying to do this. Because every fighter that Devin gets paid, man, the most money, man. Knock it off, man. That's bunk business, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we don't need you. Let the welfare feed you for real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for real. Because that's where you're going to be at the welfare line. You keep on the people, giving them the fake fights, talking about that we done charged $57. Listen,
We're going to give you the best fights, and we're going to get all the people in there, you know what I'm saying, because that's what we do. And we pay the fighters. We give the fans an opportunity to come in. That's that old business model that you're going to charge the fans for some bullshit fights, and then you the face of boxing because you just keep shoving it down their throat, man. The Mayweather era, that's over with, man. It's the Devin Haney era. That Mayweather is over with, man. You hear me? Over with. Floyd ain't never did what Devin did at 25. Tank ain't did it, nobody else ain't did it.
Allegations have surfaced casting doubt on Mayweather's claims of making $100 million in a single night. Boxing insiders are skeptical, suggesting those figures may be inflated and more about maintaining his image than reflecting actual earnings.
There's reports online that Floyd's a billionaire. There's reports that he was the highest paid athlete in this year and this year. First off, he's never gotten $100 million for a fight. Not even remotely close.
You think it's bull?
I know it is, because I know the fight business. I've been in the fight business my whole life. I'm a promoter right now. He's probably made about $60 million before in one night, which is crazy numbers. Mike Tyson, to put in perspective, when he fought Michael Spinks, that was the biggest fight of all time. When that fight happened, one got $30 million and one got $29.
$250 million against Manny Pacquiao.
No fighter in history of the world. $250 million to go and box. I know that Floyd is still getting in there as recently as this weekend because he needed the money.
You think Floyd's fighting because he needs the money? Really? Why? You think he blew through all of his money?
Mayweather is famous for flaunting his luxurious lifestyle, often seen traveling on private jets and living extravagantly. However, critics argue that this kind of spending can put serious pressure on finances, especially if it's not backed by steady, long-term income, potentially paving the way for financial instability.
You want me to show you right now? Call AJ. My sister, she gonna call my pilot right now.
So you just call your pilot and he just come where? He's like an Uber?
Let me show you. AJ.
Hey, what's up?
So yesterday you guys flew over to Vegas to pick my daughter and mother up and my daughter and my grandson up, right?
That's correct, yep.
I got tickets for you guys to go to the Super Bowl tomorrow, but I got Dan, he's gonna go. So I need you to fly over there because you got to pick a couple people up. You got to pick some people up for me in Vegas. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course, yeah, we're ready to go.
Okay, so let me know. Head over to Clay Lacey, then go over to Vegas. So let me know what time you're gonna land so I can send them over there, and then Dan can get on the plane also. Okay?
Okay, so it'll be. I mean, we're sitting here wrapping up dinner now. So we got an hour, about an hour to play. I'd say have them at the airport about 10:45 or so.
Yeah, I'm done.
Mayweather's focus on luxury and showmanship can come with financial risks. Excessive spending on lavish items without keeping the bigger financial picture in mind can create money problems even for those with substantial earnings.
Andrew, especially, was a very successful kickboxer, 4-time world champion. His boxing sitting right behind me right now. But the most he ever got paid for a fight, and he says it's openly, is 50 grand. By the time you pay your trainer and your manager 10% each, you got to eat, you got to train for 12 weeks. I mean, if you look at the hours you put in, you're making $15 an hour. It's not amazing money.
Commentator Joe Rogan has weighed in on Mayweather's extravagant spending, suggesting that his frequent exhibition fights may be less about passion and more about funding his lavish lifestyle. Rogan implies that Mayweather's financial moves might be driven by necessity rather than personal choice.
Exhibition. So that's what's interesting is Floyd's making more money than anybody, and he's boxing people who have no chance of beating him, and he's doing it as an exhibition. It doesn't even hurt his record.
Because of the drug.
Yeah.
Of boxing. Just
also
like
money.
Just like but I don't even think he don't need any money.
He spends so much money.
Yeah, but he don't need any.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Floyd good.
I bet if he's playing for the future, you got to keep it coming in if you're going to keep spending the way he spends.
Yeah, but I think he has a lot of other business interests that he can get money from.
Hopefully.
And not just boxing. But it's the drug of getting. Floyd still trains even when he doesn't have a fight.
In a major financial move, Mayweather has reportedly acquired 6 buildings in a $42 million deal. This investment signals a potential shift toward long-term financial security, possibly in response to ongoing criticism about his extravagant spending habits.
It says the retired boxer has gone into contract to pay $402 million for a 1,000-unit affordable housing portfolio of more than 60 buildings. $402 million, Floyd got 60 buildings. The multifamily deal for properties concentrated in Upper Manhattan will be one of the city's biggest this year. A slice of the portfolio closed Wednesday. The remainder is expected to close in the fourth quarter or early 2025. That's dope. Floyd just spent $400 million and got 1,000 units and 60 buildings.
Mayweather's evolution from a thrilling in-ring performer to a brand-driven businessman has become increasingly clear. Commentators like Joe Rogan point out that his recent ventures appear to prioritize profit over passion for the sport, drawing criticism for putting money ahead of boxing's integrity.
And one of the reasons why people watch him fight is not because he's like Mike Tyson, just goes out and destroys people. They like watching him fight because they hate him. Because he talks so much shit, and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my fucking jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but when I'll show you, when I'll show up, I bring out the big boy, and it brings out this watch that's covered in diamonds. It's like $5 million. And so you hate him. Floyd went from being like a really exciting pressure fighter, and he had a bunch of hand problems, to like Money Mayweather, start talking, just boxing people's faces off. No more hand problems, much more money.
Yeah, I love what he's doing too, beating up these YouTube guys.
It's crazy.
I love it.
It's so funny that these guys are willing to get beat up by him.
Well, I think they're all delusional.
Logan Paul has publicly accused Floyd Mayweather of failing to pay him in full for their exhibition bout. Despite the event generating significant revenue, Paul claims he's still owed money, raising questions about transparency and possible problems within Mayweather's financial operations.
Jake, true or false, and why did Floyd Mayweather fully pay up Logan Paul for their fight?
Not God, but my spidey senses tell me nah.
I can guarantee me and Logan Paul, we can go out and make $100 million or more.
And so you think he didn't pay up just because he hasn't got the money?
I think he probably spent it on all the girls who basically around him.
Logan Paul reached out to us and said that he wanted to do another exhibition. This is a certain guy that said he didn't get paid, but we trying to get another payday.
He had the audacity to tell the media that I asked for a rematch. Let me just set the record straight. If I haven't been paid for the first one, why would I ask you for a second fight knowing I'm probably also not going to get paid the money that I was owed for my work? Second off, they asked us for a rematch.
Floyd is broke. I've been saying it the whole entire time.
Oscar de la Hoya has voiced serious concerns about Floyd Mayweather's continued involvement in exhibition fights, suggesting they may be driven more by financial need than a genuine passion for boxing. He warned that these bouts risk damaging Mayweather's hard-earned legacy, portraying him as a fighter unwilling to let go of past glory. De La Hoya urged Mayweather to consider retirement, emphasizing that true greatness is knowing when to walk away. He encouraged Floyd to preserve the iconic reputation he built over decades, rather than jeopardizing it for quick paydays and spectacle-based matches.
Canelo once again at 160, okay, 100 pounds, 160 pounds, call out Canelo and do the rematch, and that's it.
You think he's talking this trash because he wants a rematch? You think he actually wants
Absolutely.
You think he wants a rematch?
Look, another reason why he's crawled out of his rock, he needs money.
You think he needs money?
Absolutely.
He's always flossy.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
He's always spending, so I guess.
Absolutely. Look, he's not fighting anymore, so that big money's not coming in. Look at what happened to Mike Tyson. He made what, $500 million?
Right.
You think you can spend $500 million overnight? Absolutely.
You can.
I doubt he'll ever step into that ring. Floyd's a big freaking.
He called Canelo the easiest win of his career.
Yeah, because he was 21 years old. Of course. If I fought Ryan Garcia, who's 19 years old, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna beat him easy because of my experience.
So fight him in his prime, he goes down.
Easy.
What's your message to Floyd?
Floyd, stay under your rock, dude.
You think Canelo's gonna out-earn him eventually? You think he'll make
by
more
far,
money than Floyd?
by far. Canelo's 28 years old,
Right.
and he's already made what, $500 million?
Right.
Easy.
Bill Haney has accused Floyd Mayweather of purposely avoiding fights involving his son, Devin Haney. He believes this is driven by financial interests, with Mayweather opting for bouts that promise larger paydays rather than focusing on more competitive matchups. Haney suggests that Mayweather's promotional strategy prioritizes profit over advancing the sport through high-quality fights. This has caused frustration among boxing fans and professionals, who feel Devin deserves the chance to face top-tier opponents like Gervonta Davis but is being overlooked due to business motives.
Because no one want to say that because we're available now. So all that other shit. I'm wanting to see who gonna mention Tank other than us. Tank, where you at, Tank? Because now, guess what? We're free and you are. I mean, not free, literally, because, you know, they was talking 5% and they might think free means free. You know what I mean? So let's clear that up. Ain't no fight, we don't got no fight, so what's gonna happen? Tank.
At 140.
Yeah. Stop me from saying his name. Punch me in the mouth, because I'm going to keep on saying Tank. Don't want to fight Devin. Period.
Despite past tensions, Mayweather has expressed interest in negotiating with Bill Haney, signaling a potential willingness to arrange fights for Devin Haney. This change hints at a possible reconciliation or, at the very least, a shared interest in pursuing profitable opportunities.
Don't FaceTime with me.
I don't know how it went.
No, I'm just
I don't
kidding.
know how it
Yeah,
went.
he was calling for me. He was calling for me everywhere, saying, where's Bill? Putting up a missing thing that I was missing or something. Why would I be missing, Vlad? I got the best son in the world, the son that rose from the bottom from that one day at the principal's office all the way up to the top of the boxing where the world stopped to watch an event that he was in. I'm a proud dad, proud trainer, and proud manager. So I don't know what he was looking for.
Well, I mean, things got really heated. I mean, I watched the whole live this morning. You called Floyd a N-word. You cussed him out. You gotta hand it to Floyd for actually sitting there and taking all that, verbal abuse from you. I was actually surprised. I probably would have hung up myself.
Logan Paul has publicly accused Floyd Mayweather of being a braggart and a liar about his financial status. In a direct and blunt statement, Paul suggested that the image Mayweather presents of being endlessly wealthy and untouchable may be more of an illusion than reality. This accusation followed their exhibition fight, where Logan claimed he hadn't been paid in full, raising concerns about Mayweather's financial transparency and practices. Paul's remarks are part of a broader trend in the boxing world, where critics and insiders have questioned whether Mayweather's wealth is truly as vast and secure as he claims.
Floyd versus McGregor 2 rumors have started to circulate, and it's led some to ask, if he's made over $1 billion in his career, why is he still fighting at the age of 45? According to Logan Paul, it's because Floyd Money Mayweather is actually a liar who's more broke than your friend who's still trying to get you to invest in their NFT project.
Floyd Money Mayweather ain't got no money, dude.
Is that true? Yeah.
Is he broke?
Yeah. Logan's not the only one to claim that Mayweather's actually broke. 50 Cent and Chael Sonnen, among others, have brought Floyd's financial habits into question over the years. And if we dig into Floyd's track record, they may be right. In 2018, sources reported that Floyd owed over $40 million in gambling debts. At one point, he also owed over $22 million to the IRS. Now he's being sued by Logan Paul for upwards of $10 million, and he's rumored to have more lawsuits coming his way after promoting scam cryptocurrencies. He's in an exclusive club of athletes who have crossed the $1 billion mark in their careers, but at the end of the day, no one cares about how much you made if you weren't able to keep it.
Mayweather, on the other hand, often emphasizes his achievements, claiming that no boxer in history has reached the level of success he has. While his self-confidence is undeniable.
Still waiting. Well, I think I'm separated now. I don't think there's no boxer in history that has accomplished what I've accomplished. Not bragging or boasting, just speaking the truth. I take my hat off to a lot of legendary champions, that paved the way for me to be where I'm at in the sport of boxing. But that was their era, and this is my era. I had a tremendous career. And we got young fighters that's on the rise, that's under our banner. The ultimate goal is to find the next Floyd Mayweather that can break my records.
That's all for today's video.